Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Watch till the end to see if these signs resonate with your own experiences. Let me know in the comments which sign you identify with the most. An old soul is a concept used to describe a person who seems to possess wisdom, maturity, and depth of understanding that is beyond their chronological age. It's not about being literally old, but rather about having a certain perspective on life and a set of characteristics that suggest a more profound or experienced spirit. Essentially, an old soul often, they value deep meaning over superficiality. They are less interested in fleeting trends, material possessions, or social status, and more focused on purpose, personal growth, and authentic connections. They are highly introspective and reflective. They spend a lot of time thinking about life, their emotions, and the broader human experience. Seeks meaningful relationships. They prefer a few deep, authentic connections, rather than many casual acquaintances. Exhibits a calm and thoughtful demeanor. They tend to be more composed, observant, and less prone to impulsive actions. Has a sense of detachment from worldly concerns. While engaged in life, they often view challenges and successes with a broader, more philosophical perspective. May feel different or out of sync with their peers. They might have felt different growing up, gravitating towards older individuals or more mature interests. It's a way of describing someone who seems to have an inherent wisdom and a mature outlook on life, as if they've lived many lives before, or simply possess an innate understanding of the human condition. Based on what's commonly described, here are some key signs that you might be an old soul. 1. You're not focused on material possessions. You tend to value experiences, knowledge, and peace over accumulating wealth, gadgets, or fashion. You might prefer lasting use over frequent upgrades. For example, imagine two friends. One is constantly checking social media for the latest smartphone model, saving up to buy designer clothes, and always talking about their next big purchase. The old soul friend, however, is perfectly content with their older phone that still works, prefers secondhand or timeless clothing, and would rather spend their money on a travel experience, a new book, or a course to learn a skill, valuing the use or experience over the status symbol. 2. You seek meaningful relationships. You likely prefer a small circle of close, deep connections over many casual acquaintances. You might have felt different from your peers growing up and gravitated towards older or more mature individuals. Example, at a large party, a typical person might be bouncing between conversations, trying to meet as many new people as possible. An old soul, on the other hand, might find a quiet corner and engage in a deep, an hour-long conversation with just one or two people, delving into philosophical topics, personal struggles, or shared dreams, rather than just superficial small talk. They'd rather have fewer, but profound connections. 3. Life often feels challenging. You might feel like you're playing life on expert mode, while others are on easy mode, facing tougher lessons that reflect a more evolved nature. Example, while peers seem to effortlessly navigate career paths, find partners, or build stable lives, an old soul might constantly face unexpected obstacles, difficult lessons, or feel like they're fighting upstream. For instance, they might be drawn to challenging careers that help others, even if it means less financial stability, or find themselves in complex relationship dynamics that force significant personal growth, feeling as though they're learning profound lessons that others might not encounter until much later in life. 4. You're aware of mortality and impermanence. The transient nature of life might be something you frequently ponder, leading you to live intentionally and value every decision. Example, when a friend gets stressed about a minor mishap, like spilling coffee or a temporary work setback, the old soul might calmly say, "It's just coffee, it can be cleaned. In the grand scheme of things, this won't matter next week, let alone next year." They understand that moments, good or bad, are fleeting, which helps them appreciate the present and not get overly attached to outcomes, often leading to a more stoic or accepting approach to life's ups and downs. 5. You're deeply thoughtful and introspective. You spend a lot of time reflecting on your experiences, seeking inner harmony, and trying to understand yourself and others on a deeper level. Example, after an argument or a difficult day, most people might distract themselves with TV or social media. An old soul, however, might retreat to a quiet space, perhaps journaling, meditating, or simply sitting in silence to analyze their own emotions, the other person's perspective, and the underlying reasons for the situation. They consistently look inward for understanding and self-improvement. rather than blaming external factors. 6. You see the bigger picture. You probably dislike superficial concerns like social prestige or material gain, instead focusing on the broader meaning of life and how to use your time wisely. Example, during a community meeting discussing a new local policy, some might focus solely on how it impacts their individual property values or immediate convenience. The old soul, however, would be the one asking questions about the long-term environmental impact, how it affects the most vulnerable members of the community, or what message it sends about the town's values, consistently looking beyond immediate personal gain to broader societal or ethical implications. 7. You have a curious and inquisitive mind. You're naturally drawn to exploring deeper truths about the world and your relationships, looking beyond surface appearances. Example, instead of just accepting things at face value, an old soul might constantly ask, why? For instance, after reading a news article about a societal issue, they won't just move on. They'll research its historical roots, read academic papers, listen to different expert opinions, and try to understand the complex interplay of factors, driven by a deep desire to truly grasp the world around them, not just surface facts. 8. Others often see you as wise or mature beyond your years. People might seek you out for advice, and you might stand out due to your intuition and depth, sometimes being perceived as too adult for your age. Ultimately, these traits paint a picture of individuals whose inner wisdom seems much older than their physical age, guiding them toward a life of deeper meaning, reflection, and connection. Example, a 20-year-old old soul might be the person that their 30-year-old friends or even older relatives come to for advice on complex life decisions, relationship issues, or moral dilemmas. Despite their chronological age, their insights, calm demeanor, and empathetic understanding make others feel like they are speaking to someone with much more life experience and wisdom. They might often hear phrases like, "You're so mature for your age," or "I always feel better after talking to you." Thank you for joining us on this journey. Your support means the world. Let me know in the comments which sign you identify with the most. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who might be an old soul, and subscribe for more insightful content on self-discovery and personal growth.